morning it is. First day of spring. Spring equinox today, or equinox, however you want to pronounce it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. No straight clouds, just blue sky. Well, my friend Sim is coming over at 10 o'clock. It's now about 10 past 9. I'm just going to move on up to the lock landing. As I said, I'm sort of parked a bit badly here, or moored a bit badly I should say. Part of my boat is in the permit holders only, which I don't like doing. I wouldn't normally do. As I said, there was nowhere else to moor last night, so one has to do what one has to do. Not that there's anyone else trying to get in here. I haven't seen any boats yet this morning, and I didn't see any last night, so I haven't interrupted anyone else's movements. So yeah, I'm going to just pop on down to the morning. Absolutely gorgeous sunshine. I've already, I've used the toaster this morning, I've vacuumed the boat, and all sorts of things, using the ray of the sun. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so good solar coming in. Batteries are almost fully charged now after doing all that. So yeah, let's get this engine going. Well, before I do, I think I've got something around the prop. I'm going to have to go down the weed hatch. So that's my first job this morning. I just remembered that, is to go down the weed hatch. Anyway, I'm going to get that done, and I'll get back to you before I move to the lock. Well, it's quite odd actually. There was nothing actually around the prop except for a couple of pieces of grass. This rather bent twig here was all wrapped up around the top of the swim and caught up in there. I guess that's what was causing me to get poor drive. And definitely, well, my reverse is bad anyway, and making the reverse absolutely diabolical. Just brought some rubbish out. I'm sure there's a rubbish point just up here, so hopefully get rid of the rubbish. I'm in a polo shirt at the moment, and I'm not cold. Yeah, amazing. And it's only just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll give it up to 20, possibly 21 today. Woo-wee! First day of spring, bring it on. Anyway, I'm going to move. So I'm on the move. I'm pretty sure there's a water point up here, and I'm going to go and float with water. Just on the water point while I'm waiting for Sim to turn up. I expect he'll be here within about half an hour. He's normally early, not late. Trouble is, he can't call me, so no phone signal here whatsoever. I've just stopped before the lock. There's a boat coming up. Just going to go and check what services there are here. I can't see a water pipe, so perhaps there's no water. I'll get that further on. I'll get that when I get down to Market Drayton. I'm pretty sure there's rubbish and everything here. I'm just going to go and have a quick look anyway. Well, unfortunately, my help hasn't turned up. No big deal. I can do these locks on my own. I just hope he's okay. I had to walk up to the bridge where I could actually get a phone signal, and tried calling. No answer. It's a bit worrying. Hope my good friend Sim's okay. Anyway, I can't really sit on this lock landing stroke water point facilities point all day. It says half an hour, and I might have stretched that already a little bit, but nobody's tried to get on here, so that's the thing. I haven't taken up room where somebody else can come along and just move straight off. This gate now on this lock hardly opens, so it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze to get in, I think. This is a Tyrley or Tyrley, I don't know quite how it's pronounced. Different people pronounce it different ways, I've heard. The old wharf, it says AD 1837 on that building there. And this is Tyrley or Tyrley locks, as I say, however you want to pronounce them. Taking it extremely easy going into the lock because of that lock gate not opening properly, but I seem to be going in okay. In we go. Doesn't actually say water here on the sign, but between those buildings over there, you might be able to see those two plastic containers there full up with water. There's a water point. I'm going to take it very, very slowly, hoping Sim does turn up. It's now about 11:15, and he was going to be here at 10, so yeah, I don't want to wait too long because I like to get down to Market Drayton before everybody's trying to moor up in the afternoon. Hopefully get more in spots. Well, I'm in the top lock. It's not very nice here. I noticed that the owl centre is closed off. All this water here, yeah, it stinks. I think it's raw sewage. This is not good, is it? And of course it's running down and dripping into the lock and going into the canal. Yeah, if I was to let sewage straight into the canal, huge fine for me. Not good. Perfect. There's actually water in this pound for a change. Right, that's 2 locks down. Third is open. There's a boat that's come out of it. And Sim turned up just as I got into the top locks, just as I was emptying the water out. So that was good news as well. He turned up on his bike. Yeah. So yeah, I think he'd been for a tour around the world before he got here. Such a lovely morning.
Did you make that chopping lock?
Yeah.
And you've glued the legs on it a few times, have you?
Yeah, because where is it? It's cut out one piece of green oak.
Yeah.
And of course as it's dried out, it has cracked off.
Oh, yeah.
It's an absolute gorgeous day today. Temperatures are coming up. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, unbelievable. Just about to go into lock 4. Well, lock 4 for me coming down anyway. I don't know what the number is on it. Probably got lock number 5 on it because I expect they count the stop lock at Adderley Junction as lock number 1. Obviously it was a little bit down. The boat has come up, so it should have been full, but it's obviously a leaky one. This is lock 4, we're now going down in. Sim's having a fight with the gates. Be poor maintenance now, would it?
No. 1975 these gates.
They're steel ones, aren't they? That's why.
Yeah.
That still makes them 50 years old.
It does. I'd sooner them do this, Trev, and put the money, what they save, into this.
Yeah. Coming up, this is always a bugger from that lot to that one, because you can't come up here more.
No.
I think there's a sign on the next you're leaving your boat unattended and all that.
Right.
I know it's not too bad here, you know what I mean?
That's right. Beautiful in this cut, isn't it?
In the summertime when these trees are in full leaf, this is quite welcoming sometimes to come through here to get a bit of shade. But today they're not in full leaf and it's not that hot, but it's lovely and warm. It's rather nice with the sun coming down through the bare branches. Absolutely gorgeous. Quite magical. We'll cut out through the rock here. Amazing how some of these trees are still standing and you think they're hanging on the top of a rock there, basically on the top of a cliff edge. It's no wonder trees fall down through these cuttings. Of course, years ago they wouldn't have been allowed to grow, they'd have been cut back. The bottom rock now was just going through. Sim's just doing it all for me again. He's brilliant. And he's going to go walk back up to get his bike and meet me down Market Drayton, where we're going to go out for a spot of lunch. Yeah, spot of lunch, couple of pints. We'll have to walk there, of course, because he's got his bike today, so we can't go off looking for a little country pub somewhere. I'm told the Red Line's really good, so let's look for the Red Line when we get there. Well, I can tell you now, we did walk to the Red Line, and we looked at each other, and it was neither of our types of places. There is a restaurant basically that sold beer, and neither of us were interested. So we went and found a little cafe, like a little farmer's marketplace, and that was really good. We had an all-day breakfast, and it was very reasonable, and the people were very friendly. See there's a sign. Union Canal, Tyrley Lock, Tyrley Lock, whatever he wants to do. 5 down, none to do. Not today anyway. We've got a great big branch in the canal here, I've got to go around. Just about saw that in time. At least it wouldn't be as bad as hitting an island in the middle of the canal, I didn't see. Yeah, big enough though to want to go around. That doesn't help passage. Nearly through this cutting now. I'm surprised they didn't add another lock in here to bring it down at the end here, but there you go. Wouldn't have had to cut out so much rock, but perhaps it was easier to cut out the rock than putting another lock. I don't know. I wasn't building the canal at the time. There's a winding hole just here we're coming up to now. So I guess if we don't want to go up the locks we can turn. It's quite narrow down through here still. It doesn't have the landslides like we had through that section yesterday. I thought I saw it marked as one, perhaps I didn't. Perhaps I'm getting things mixed up. And Mr. Tree here, it's been like that for a little while, the fishing line with his plastic fish. Sid Snook it says. Sign there, we've just gone past the mile marker. It said 13 miles to Nantwich. Forgot to mention all the locks we got to go through to get there though. So 13 miles, you think, oh, I can do that in a day, it's not a problem. Then your Audlem flight, Adderley flight, and there's only 3 there before you get down the 2 or 3. Can't think of the name of the locks now. But yeah, now we're now on an embankment. Yes. Cutting through rock 1 minute and now in the middle of the air. Right, let's get on to Market Drayton. It's only around the corner now. Good morning. It was sunnier earlier, but it's still reasonably bright, I would say. I'll get a breath of wind, which is nice. And I'm going to go and do, what am I going to do today? I'm going to go and do Adderley locks today, which are in that direction, the direction I'm pointing. First of all though, I'm going to reverse back underneath this bridge here, and I'm going to go and use the pump out machine. There's a pump out station there, and I think I'm going to go and pump both my toilets out. The other week I've got one pumped out, but there I should be able to get both pumped out because it's do it yourself, and I normally get enough time to do both. Neither are full, so it should be plenty of time. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Morning. So here we go, backwards. See through the bridge now. I see there's a boat where I need to go, so I'm going to move more back up again for a moment before going underneath the bridge. Well, that was a waste of time and energy. I couldn't get the top off the pump out. It's seized up, and as I was leaning right over the boat, this is on the boat, the top where you unscrew to put the pump out in. As I was leaning right over the boat, I just couldn't get the leverage on it. I even put a spanner on it trying to get extra leverage on it. That didn't work. So I've squirted it with WD-40. What I plan to do when I get into the locks down here, I'll see if I can then, when I'm standing on the side, the right side, get a bit more leverage on it, a bit more effort behind it where I'm not sort of full stretch, and see if I can get it loosened off. Hopefully that WD-40 on it after about an hour to get down to the locks will make it a lot easier. And we'll see what happens, won't we? That's the plan. So no pump out done. I reversed back through the bridge for no reason at all. Oh well, I'm not desperate, that's the main thing. So I'll just have to get it done somewhere else. Of course, I've also just said goodbye to Nikki and Gary and Andy. I didn't see Steve, I think he's probably already gone. Yeah, so yeah, goodbye to some of my fellow YouTuber friends, and here I go, cruising on my birthday in the sunshine. Couldn't ask for more than that, could I? Looks like it's all ash as well, and bundles and bundles and bundles of kindling there by the looks. Yeah, I like logs. One must assume this was a rail crossing here at one time, I'm guessing. It looks like a rail bridge. Well, when I say it looks like a rail bridge, of course there's no bridge here anymore, but it looks like the remnants of a rail bridge. I quite like these linear moorings along here. They're in the open, a good view, and you'd get all the solar you can grab, if you know what I mean. There's solar all day long if the sun's out. Although I see that they all have electric hookups. So yeah, these linear moorings here, rather nice. It's past the mile marker there. We're now only 11 miles from Nantwich. So yeah, miles are dropping down quite nicely. Some firewood here, but I'm not stopping. There's a boat coming up behind me, so it might be good news, it might be bad news. Well, it won't be bad news. never know, might help me do some of the locks, like close the gates for me and things like that. That'd be a big bonus. I remember coming past this tree down in the canal 18 months ago when I came this way, and what I remember about it is it's got this white stick, painted stick, and you can tell it's been there a long time because look, the tape around it, the red and white tape, is basically discoloured. It's bleached out. I guess that must be a birthday wish. 66. Yes, I'm clickety-click 66 today. Coming under bridge 66. It was just along here somewhere. I moored up about 18 months ago after I come up the locks. The day I intended not to do the locks. And I think I moored along here somewhere on the Armco here. Yeah, I had no intention of doing the locks that day, but at the bottom of the Adderley locks I had no internet at all, so I came on up the locks. I moored up in the dark. You might remember seeing that video where I moored up in the dark that evening. That was after doing the Audlem locks and the Adderley locks. Yeah, turning up, I don't know, was it September or something? And mooring up in the dark. It may have been just along here a little bit further actually. I think there's Armco we're coming up to again. I happen to remember that there was some small ash trees nearby, and I moved the boat just past them. And there was a guy that had a tree down in the field here, sawing it up. The farmer was. I think it was this field. Sort of half recognised it. Yeah, there's concrete along here, so it must have been back further. This is concrete. And I definitely moored on the Armco. I can't ever get into the concrete sides because of the Shroppie shelf. I'm 3 foot away sometimes. I try not to ever moor on the concrete on the Shroppie. I'm just approaching bridge 67 here, and this is a turnover bridge. I knew there was a turnover bridge somewhere along here. I thought it was halfway down the locks, but it's not. This is the turnover bridge here, and this is another one going down the locks. But it looks like something has happened here. I don't know if the legs are collapsed or someone's done this on purpose. Here's the stop planks, and the stop plank cradle is all in the. It looks like the legs might have collapsed. They look like they're pretty rotten, so I won't blame anyone for doing it. Whether it tumbled in on its own accord or it had some help, I don't know. I will be at the top lock in about 5 minutes, I would say. I can see the farm up ahead, and I think I passed the farm just before reaching the top lock. So yeah, about 5 minutes away now, and I will be locking. Lovely day. I won't be in a hurry, that's a certainty. I'm pretty sure this is another old wives' tale debunked here. They say when cows lay down, it's going to rain. I don't think it's going to rain today. Either the cows have got it wrong, or the old wives' tale's wrong. Well, I can see the top lock from here. I'm just passing some moorings here. Now this has got rings along here. I actually tried to moor up here when I came up last time. I can't get within about 3 foot of the bank along here, so I gave up with the idea. I tried a few different spots and I was still miles away from the bank. Just too far to keep jumping on and off the boat. Just makes it, well, not very nice. And not only that, the bottom of the boat is up against the ledge all the time, and I don't have enough big enough things to float in between to stop it banging. So that's how come I went and moored up there further up. I left here as it was getting dark and went and moored up there, the spot I showed you earlier. just before the top lock here, there is a winding hole. So we don't want to go down the lock, so you can turn around and go back. And we're just about to go under bridge, what was it, 69 I think it is, could be. I've lost count, could be 70. And the lock's straight after the bridge. Quite a nice place to live, isn't it? With your boat moored outside as well. Oh, I was right first time. This is bridge 69. Straight after this bridge is the lock landing. So I'm going to pull over to the right and stop. You can see the lock there in front of us. I'm just going into the top lock now. The young gentleman there was coming up, so I helped him up the lock, as I suppose it's do. And just slowly move down these locks as he's come up, and there's nobody in front of me going down as far as I know. All the locks should be basically set for me, I hope. So that'll help out a lot. You have to moor up and help him down the lock for me. I said, now you carry on, he's going to Market Drayton. I said, you get on to Market Drayton, enjoy the rest of the day. He's already done Audlem flight today and the Adderley flight. So he's had enough locks he's done, so yeah. The little old Lenksman's hut there, which had a fire in. You can see the chimney where they could go in, warm up and have their lunch or whatever. Yeah, I think the door could do with a lick of paint. Some of the brickwork could do with pointing up. The roof looks a little bit iffy. But that won't ever get done, will it? Not these days. And here we are. Adderley top lock. There's 5 blocks here, so it shouldn't take me too long to do them. Although I'm not in a hurry. I'm just going to see which side I've got to get back on the boat, and it's this side. So I have steps down here, so I can get back onto the boat this side. So that's what we're going to do. We'll pull the boat out, then go down the steps and get back on. Well, up to now I'd seen plenty of ewes that were expecting. This is the first lambs I've actually seen, and I see about 5 in the field from here. They're little dots probably on this camera, but they are up there on top of the hill. Well, my memory wasn't completely wrong. There is a turnover bridge in the set of locks. This is a turnover bridge below the second lock, so the towpath does go back to the other side here. I didn't think I was completely crazy. As I'm just about to enter the middle lock, Nantwich 9. As I just come under bridge 71 now, I'm just leaving my 4th lock, lock number 4, and the last one is 100 yards in front of me, if that. So yeah, almost done. 1 to go. Beautiful day though. It's an absolutely perfect day for cruising and locking. Hey, I call this a birthday present. So bottom lock it is. Doesn't take me too long to get here. As I close the top lock gate here. I've got something to show you here. Nice new walk board. Oh, the last time I come across this one, it was all broken. It was all sort of nailed together at the end and very precarious. I thought, lovely new walk board until I trod on it. Yeah, really fixed down properly. So just to show you there, look, Adderley bottom lock. I've just seen the boat coming in the distance. Let's hope they don't moor up. Let's hope they keep coming this way. That'll make life easier. Now all the other locks have a lock ladder at each end. This one's only got one in the middle, so that makes it a little bit trickier for climbing down onto the back deck. These locks aren't very deep. I will do it again. I'll just pull the boat forward until it's at the lock ladder. So that's the 5 locks done. I don't have to close this lock gate. Or close these lock gates, I should say. There's 2 of them at the bottom end. There's the boat waiting to come up. That's very handy. Don't get any help in all the rest, but well, I did the top gates that other guy, so I guess leaving these, this makes things all even, doesn't it? Get into some of the moorings here now for the lock landing. Woohoo! That's the first time I've seen that in 4 years. Wherever I decide to stop this afternoon or the evening, I need to make sure it's somewhere where I can swap firewood without too much of a problem. I need a fairly wide tow path. I could stop along here. I'm pretty sure I don't get internet here. So I'm going to continue at the moment. There's rings all the way along here. This is all proper mooring. That's no good to me if I have no internet. Things I need to do. Gentleman up here fishing, so I shall slow down for him. Best I can do. Well, that's nice ponds in your garden, isn't it? One small pond at the top, feeding down to a smaller pond at the bottom. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And just beyond the 2 small ponds, we have a large pond. This pond looks more like a fishing pond and the others look ornamental. I could be wrong. It's just the way it looks. The aerator in the middle of the pool there, I'm assuming it's possibly trout. Aerating at this time of the year. Well, as I just come under bridge 74 there, I think I'm now approaching Audlem locks. I don't think they're very far away now, so I'm going to moor up quite soon. I'm just going to go a little bit further in case I've got it wrong. I think there's some proper moorings up here, so I'm going to head for those. Summit there, there's Armco here. I can always come back a little bit. was told by a boat I passed this morning when I was trying to do the pump out that there was loads of wood up here, and what he had on his roof was sycamore, and this is sycamore. It's obviously been taken down from just up there, where it's obviously dead standing. This is really, really, really nicely seasoned and dead. So this is going to be absolutely excellent firewood. So I am going to have some of this. Absolutely fantastic. We've got some small bits, there's plenty of small bits up there. But I think what I'm going to do is get the chainsaw out and actually cut it into rings and stack it on top of the boat in rings, just ready for splitting. This is going to be some excellent firewood, absolutely excellent. This will burn very nicely. I had some before which I picked up at Tamworth, and that was brilliant. So yeah, another boater told me he saw the load of wood here and he thought it was willow, so he didn't bother. Obviously doesn't know what sycamore looks like or what willow looks like. Well, as it's my birthday today, which I think I've told you about a dozen times already, this is the beer of choice I'm having this evening. This is the Titanic Plum Porter Grand Reserve, which is port infused beer. It's 6.5% by volume. I'm going to really enjoy that tonight. Yeah, not sure what I'm having to eat though. Probably only be cheese and biscuits or something. I haven't done anything special for my birthday lunch. I had my birthday lunch on Saturday when I knew I wouldn't be moving. So yes, I'm going to look forward to this tonight. First of all, I'm going to go and sort some of that wood out, which is right behind the camera shot there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Cruising on my birthday. Sorry, the light conditions inside the boat at the moment are pretty awful. It's the best I can do. So yeah, that was cruising on my birthday from the top of, where was it, Tyrley locks to the bottom of Adderley locks. It was only the Adderley locks part of it, which was my birthday. The Tyrley locks was 2 or 3 days prior to my birthday when Sim helped me. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. It really helps the channel. And all for you to watch my channel and not subscribe. Remember, it is free. All you got to do is click subscribe. That just leaves me to say, thank you very much for watching. Trevor out.